Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to be showing you what an activity looks like on the Suunto app when you do it from your Suunto Vertical smartwatch. So the activity I'm going to be doing today is tennis, and the reason I thought it would be good to do tennis is because I can show you what does it look like if I do it with the Suunto, and I'm going to compare it to what it looks like with Apple when I use my Apple Watch SE 2nd generation. I'm not going to go through all the basics. What I did want to show you is just the basics of how to start this activity. I'm going to press the top right button. That'll take me to all of my different sports modes. And then in this case, it's going to be tennis that I'm going to be doing. I always recommend, no matter what the activity is, I'm sitting at home right now, go into that activity, don't start it, but go through and make sure you've got all of your settings set correctly for the given activity. I'm just going to show you a look at all of the different things you can control. For example, do I want the GPS on or off? I probably don't need it on if I'm going to be playing tennis, but I'm going to put it on just to show you guys what the map view looks like. You know, wrist heart rate. Do I want my heart rate being measured while I'm playing tennis? Yes or no, that kind of thing. Go through, get all of your settings the way you want. Once you've got it all set up, then all you have to do is in my case, get out on the courts, hit start. I don't have to sit here and mess with all of this stuff. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go out, we'll play some tennis, and we'll take a look at it in the app once we're done. All right, so let's first start with Apple. Now, again, I'm not going to go through all the specifics. The idea here is just to give you a general look at what the exercises look like between the two apps. With Apple, you go into their app and you see sessions at the bottom, and you can see that I did a tennis session. And then when I go into that, it gives me the information about that session. What was the date? How long did I do it? What was the location? The workout details, what was the time? How many calories were active? How many calories total did I burn? What was my average heart rate? I can click on show more and you can get additional details. Notice this section that says effort and it says moderate. It's kind of similar to how Suunto does. You can turn this on in Apple, and basically at the end of the workout, you can say, how much effort did I put into the workout? Whereas with Suunto, at the end of the workout, they ask you, how are you feeling at the end of the workout? But it's kind of a similar post-workout questionnaire. I can see my heart rate information on all those sections. I can click on show more. Same thing with the map. I can see a map of my location. What was the temperature? What was the humidity? What was the air quality? And then I can click on show more, and I can go in and I can look at a satellite view of where I was at. I did not have GPS turned on for this activity, but at least it gives you an idea of that's what it looks like on Apple. So now let's go check out what a tennis activity looked like on Suunto. When you go in, it's kind of similar at the bottom. You've got your recent activities. I can look and I can see what was the watch that I was wearing, what was the weather like. You can see the wind speed, all of that information. And then kind of similar to what we saw on Apple. How many calories were burned? What was the duration? What was my heartbeat? That kind of information. I can click on the given activity and I can see additional information. You'll see that it says first tennis of this year. It was my first tennis activity with my Suunto Vertical. I can see additional information. You'll notice down at the bottom it says feeling. That was what I put in at the end of the workout, similar to what we saw with effort when we looked at the Apple option. You can go down. There's a little bit more analysis, I think, with the Suunto. The Apple, I think, does a good job of keeping it basic, whereas Suunto probably gives you some more analytics than what you could have got with the Apple one. You'll notice my temperature. I can turn that off if I don't want to see it. And then you can switch. You can do other things like that if I want to look at it in a different view. You can see my heart rate zones at the bottom. Some additional information. Now let's go to the map section. When you go into the map, you've got a couple different options as far as viewing. You can do a 2D view. You can do a 3D view. And then you can change the view completely. So I can see outdoor. I can also play the activity. Now this is because I had GPS turned on. We could have done the same thing with Apple had my GPS been turned on. Tennis was not a good example to have GPS on because you can see for the most part I'm just in that general area. You'll notice those lines going out into the middle of the field You might be wondering, why did it do that? That was actually accurate. I had hit a ball, or my opponent actually hit a ball outside of the park, and I had to go out there and retrieve the ball, so you can see where I went and came back onto the court. Anyway, it's just some basic information. I thought it would be fun just to show you the difference between what the activity looks like on those two platforms. As always, if the video helped or if you found it interesting, thumbs up or appreciated. Thanks for watching.